Oh, it's this map. I know it well. They can't hide because they're monstrous. Which, yeah, I think I'll probably swap them out for some horn ones because they don't kind of really go with the theme. I can hide everything else. Well, actually, no, I could hide them with the Kotal because we do have some, like these guys. Well, no, they can hide in the trees by the looks of things. Red Saurian definitely can't. That's a big, big boy. Goes out in front skirmishing. Same with Oxyotl himself.
When do we eat? Gush out, boys!
Pop that one there. Up them in there. Cut across. Merry Christmas. Darren, how you doing, dude? Boy. Yeah, let's plop that. Where's the best space? They're not all bunched up. Pop it there. Put me Cassandora right there, please. Boom. Send him in. Send him in. Send him in. Send him in. Fire everything. Awesome, man. Go, banishment, go. Uh-oh, Pale Death Troglodon has gone. It's okay, Regiment Renowned can come back. They're hitting pretty hard. Or they might. You broken rat him, the Oracle, but it's fine. He's immortal anyway. Even if you were to lose him. You know, I'm not using the Kotal what to attack because it's super squishy and not great attacking. Better just keep it back and pop its spells. Bottle's broken. Can't say I'm surprised. Yeah, they're a support unit basically, so you want to keep them flying around. Might be good for chasing down like light troops or something like that, but not anything proper strong. I was just about to pop that. Come on, do it, do it, do it. 3, 2, 1. It's going to build up and then fire. Probably miss. You got to use that one for the maximum amount of arm piercing. It's going to get out of range. Sure, we got a few of the cavalry. Whee! Flat. But we lost the Pale Death. I think that's it. Everyone else has just clung on. I'm doing good, DK. Doing good. How are you? So if they're attacking. Not if they're attacking, no. I mean, chameleon skinks are, they stalk anyway. We just lost the Pale Death Regiment. We're now Feral Troglodon. That's okay. Okay, we'll take the materials. Lovely Sanctum Gems. Nice, nice, nice. We will put you into the Serpent Coast. Although you're actually already at maximum replenishment. I was like, ah, damn. Right, we need to go put a Sanctum in at Quintex, because that's what we want to go grab. But we need to be able to teleport up there. So need to build that. Takes 3 turns. Okay, that's not too bad.
I refuse this insolence.
Should have done the Rite of Sotek. That income though, it's not bad, is it? It's not bad. Plus, it's all the post-battle loot modifiers that you get. The Rite of Frosty, plus all the sanctums.
I will not.
Wherever you're fighting, if you pop in the column of Shocker, or however you say that one, it's the upkeep reduction, but also plus 25% income post-battle loot, all forces in local and adjacent regions, which is just lovely. Welcome back, Spartacus. Harganeth. Already. Oh, we've got one at the black. Why have we got one of those at the black pillar? Pop those 2 there. Kurok, have that. Have that. Have that. We're not quite at the stage where we've got so much money we can't actually spend it on anything. Carrick Zorn, yeah, get that in there. Rock Art. Oh no, hidden settlement. What could be in here? Guess what? It's Skaven. Surprise, surprise. Said no one. Let's sack it. Because we need to do that for that mission. Right. These are all going to be reset for us anyway. Slim Tim, the Hypnotoad. Oh, chasing me all the way down here. Really quite annoying. Explore the island. Smash the island. Replenishment from the island. We've got this down to an art now. We're just waiting for Archaon basically to show up so we can smash his face in and be done. We'll have won our campaign. Imagine if it was orcs in the city, yeah. Be like, surprise! Peak efficiency looks like. Oh, I'm sure... I don't know. I think Legend would put me to shame if he had this. He'd I feel like he'd be like, ah no, you can or if like Spiffing Brit took it, he'd be like, you could you could dial it to 11. That's peak cheese, that's fair, yeah. Peak cheese. Yeah, Comet of Cassandora, let's go through that. I've got to admit, I've been quite happy with how this Oxyotl run's gone. It's gone rather nicely. I mean, getting all the placement of all the sanctums, we've definitely got that up to peak efficiency. Particularly if we hang on, let me just do this point in Crockgart, which is gonna go in Enforcer of Order. If we go back to our starting area, you can see that there's a sanctum over every single one over here, which basically means that these guys they've still actually got a decent bit of it upkeep there. They should have nearly none. Okay, we can see it on the skink units here. Very little upkeep. That should be much lower. With all the modifiers from those going in. They're not like kicked in properly. I feel like that was much cheaper before. But yeah, with all that stacking in, Upkeep cost reduction. Oxyotl, yeah, he is DLC from the last DLC for Warhammer 2, the Silence and the Fury. Really good DLC, actually. I mean, Taurox is absolutely bonkers. Oxyotl's a lot of fun, though. I think his standout point is the fact that he can... all regions are suitable for him, all suitable climates. So if you ever wanted to do a full map conquest, he's the one currently that's the best set for it. So if I'm not mistaken, I don't think there's another lord that can fully occupy everything else. Is there? I think it's just Oxyotl. Only the Skaven like cheese. I mean, I've heard Legend of Total War's Skaven impression here. 100% Skaven confirmed. Empire expansion is huge. Yes. The Order Tide is strong. Franz is... where is he? He's up to 68 regions.
Be at peace, for that
Which,
is all I
at this
ever
point,
wanted.
just means that Chaos can't break through. So, the Chaos Invasion's going to get smashed by the Empire here. They might be able to push through, like, a few settlements, but when the counterattack inevitably comes from the Empire, they will smash them. Yeah, sorry. Someone asking me what was my top 3 things that I'm most looking forward to in Warhammer 3 and, like top 3 things that I have concerns about. Right. Top 3. God, where to start? Let me start talking about that during the end turn phase. Let me finish off this turn, otherwise I'll get distracted and forget something. Like, you know, finishing off a vision of the old ones. Your Wally Heart X10. Right, we've done all that. Can't spend any more. Have we moved all my armies? Oxyotl, we moved him as much as we can. The Regiment Renown will be available in a while. Until then, we could pop something else in, but I don't think we need to worry too much. His army's still going to be absolutely brutal. You're recruiting like crazy, Nakai. You are staying put there to go smash Throg next turn. Slim Tim, you've rushed forward as far as you can go, and that's all she wrote. End of the turn. So yeah, top 3 things I'm most looking forward to. Oh, there's so much. There's so much they've announced that I'm just to be, you know, top thing actually from the campaign map flyover, I can't wait to get on that map and see you know, see it in person myself, because it looks absolutely gorgeous. So campaign map looks solid. Siege rework changes sound like really encouraging, but again, like a lot of it is still, while they sound encouraging, doesn't matter until we actually get hands on and can see if the AI can take advantage of all these things. What? That army apparently is going to get broken by these guys. I refuse to believe that. No, no, no. We'll fight this one and smash them. Minor settlement changes. I think from like a mechanic standpoint, that's what I'm most looking forward to. Those 2 things: better sieges, the campaign map in general, and minor settlements having kind of been overhauled. The reinforcement stuff to it, yeah, sounds really, really promising. But it all depends. It sounds, the features are good. Like, don't think there's any denying that in terms of, you know, like they're structurally sound features, but it's whether or not the AI can actually use them all. Where, you know, if you buy someone a really fancy set of tools, but they never use them, they're not, you know, it's a waste of the tools, right? It's a waste of the stuff. And things that I'm concerned about, top things I'm not looking for, worried about. In a way, worried about sieges. That's really my only major worry, because the rest of the game built off Warhammer 2 is going to be solid. Like, they'll have to somehow completely drop the ball, which isn't impossible, but I can't see. I think the other thing that I'm looking forward to seeing is, well, it's not something we actually know, but it's more a case of what features from Three Kingdoms and Troy, which they've obviously used to test out new stuff and experiment with improved diplomacy, and, you know, especially Troy, which is built off Warhammer's engine. I'm going to be very keen to see what optimizations, what further improvements, or what features they've chosen to take from those games and implement in Warhammer 3. That's probably what I'm most looking forward to, kind of the stuff that hasn't been announced yet, or the other features from Troy, which they've like clearly been experimenting with. How much of that makes it into Warhammer 3 will be, yeah, really interesting to see. I highly doubt we'll see the multi-resource currency economy from Troy in 3, to be honest. I think it's probably simpler and easier to keep it all running off a gold resource, or I mean there's one or two factions that have slightly different resources, and I think that's what works best, but I think a single unified resource probably is the best way to do it for Warhammer. But next historical game, I'll be hoping that they add in those multiple resources for sure. I think there's a lot of potential there. Wolfrick's going to come down. Now that they've sort of like really ramped up the kind of PR campaign for the game, I'm just hyped to play it. Just want to get hands on and see what they've done, and see what other stuff they haven't announced yet, and find out, you know, what that's all about and what else to expect. I am also intrigued to know if they've done anything with multiplayer. They've made any improvements there, offered anything else up. Because it's high time we had a substantial improvement to multiplayer stuff. I mean, if even like for diplomacy, I'll be like bare minimum. I think they should just kind of copy and paste the Three Kingdoms and Troy diplomacy options over. If they do that, then I think that solves a lot of like kind of potential issues. And then they can kind of build on top of that. End that there, because we can just finish them off with Slim Tim, or we can forget about him and send Slim Tim the other way, because these guys will have been ruined. Give us the materials, please. Wintertooth and Agron have made peace. You want me to join the war against Etane? Yeah, because they're starting to spank you now, aren't they? Yeah, no. No. You can fall out of favor now. What I'd like to see after Warhammer 3 for a total war game, in terms of a fantasy game or historical, because I mean they'll have the next historical is already in the works. Whatever it is, we just don't know. I mean, I highly expect them to continue their Warhammer series in some form or another. Not necessarily as a continuation of this series, but I expect them to carry on doing Warhammer games, to be honest. Far too profitable to stop doing that. But I wouldn't be surprised if they then suddenly did another fantasy IP, if they can get a license for it and an agreement. Then I think we'll see that as well. I mean, I don't think we'll ever see CA not offer a fantasy like offering every few years now. They know they can do it. They've got like the perfect portfolio of a fantasy game with the Warhammer series to go. This is what we can do. Give us IP, please. No mods this playthrough. Nothing game changing. Just UI stuff. Just UI stuff. In terms of historical, I will be surprised if not including sagas in the Three Kingdoms 2 game that they're supposedly doing. I'll be surprised if the next proper main historical isn't a Medieval 3 or an Empire 2 in some form or another. Be very surprised. I mean, oh, they've taken Karazakrat. Nice. The Greenskins. Well done, dwarves. You've reestablished themselves. They're kind of holding up their empires a bit better now, the forces of order, which is good. That is promising. Yeah, they're starting to build up here. Pronto. They're not hanging about. Mortal Empires map. Oh, this will not be... The Mortal Empires map you see right now will not be the one that goes into Warhammer 3. I mean, it might be in the fact that this section of the map will be part of the Mortal Empires map in Warhammer 3, but they'll be adding in all of this stuff over here. I don't know if they might add stuff to the bottom. They might unstretch it as such and expand out this way so it's fully sort of complete. There'll probably be some stuff to the top, I would imagine, as well. Whatever they call it, Mortal Empires 2.0 or a totally different name for the combined map across spanning across all 3 games maps. And the world of Warhammer Fantasy, it'll be huge. Absolutely huge. Why? No, no, no. I don't want to. Oh, God. Sword of Cane Rest. Doomglade. Oh, bloody heck. Tweaks it. Didn't want to end turn that. I had to build stuff. No. It's fine. Just 30k sitting in the back. It's all good. You'll need a really powerful computer. You won't need anything more powerful than what you currently run Warhammer 2 on. Really, Throg? We can take you out quite comfortably. I know we don't have any summons, but I reckon we can win this. Yeah, whatever. If you've got a PC that can currently run Warhammer 2, I can pretty much say with like 99% certainty that it will comfortably run Warhammer 3, because one, further optimizations with game engine, the 3rd iteration of it, so they're constantly optimizing and working and tweaking and better drivers and more efficient ways to run things, but also because at the end of the day they want you to be able to run games 1, 2, and 3. They want players to keep coming back. They don't want to put players off by massively increasing the minimum spec. So if you can run Warhammer 1 and 2, nearly without a shadow of a doubt, you should be able to run 3. Or not should, you will run 3. Because they want you to buy the latest game. They want you to buy all the DLC for the latest game as well. No, they're not. If they're going to do anything, they'd put in more kind of top end options that are not required to run the game, but you know, further improvements. It'd be great if this could get like some of the benefits of ray tracing, like DLSS and stuff like that. That'd be pretty cool. I was saying the crisis mentality. Well, I mean, the crisis mentality is really outdated now. That's we're so past where Crisis was and what it was trying to do. I mean, yeah, they know they're onto a winner when the community, by and large, is actively going, ooh, can we have more DLC, please? Because we want this faction, this race, this person in the game, please. You want us to make more stuff which we'll happily pay for? Sure. Who's going to say no to that? Alright, Throg's down because we just javelined him to death. Hit these guys all in the back. Yeah, we've easily got them. Warhammer 40k. I wouldn't put it past them to give 40k a go. You can get a Dark Dowie. Or Chaos Dowie. Yeah, I'm looking forward to Chaos Dwarves. For sure. Dan, we all are. Of course, Dan the Dwarf is looking forward to Chaos Dowie. We've got this company. Lovely stuff. Can't wait for the steam train of pain. Nah. Yeah, it's constant smashing. Prior to the coming of chaos. Well, I mean, that's what you've essentially got in the Warhammer trilogy. A little bit. I mean, you could go back, I guess. I doubt it, though. I doubt they'd go back. There's not as big of a interest in that. I wouldn't have thought. I imagine I would imagine they'd either go and do Age of Sigmar or they'd do 40k. As long as they and Games Workshop are making money out of the partnership, they'll, I would imagine, keep it going. Mitch Alliance with her. Yeah, you want to do that to help me out. No, I'm going to say no because I don't want the High Elves to get. I don't want them to pull me in or the High Elves to start thinking, oh, they've done that military alliance. Oh, not sure about that. Recruitment cost or research rate? No, hold your vision. We've already queued up a load of recruitment anyway. So do the DLC for Warhammer 2 where they add legendary lords from existing factions, like new legendary lord in Warhammer 3, like DLC for DLC. I mean, they did that. They did that obviously for Beastmen with Silence of the Fury with Taurox. They might do that for stuff in 3. I mean, I imagine we've got a good 2 to 3 years of post-launch content with Warhammer 3, similar to Warhammer 2. Yeah, I don't think they would go backwards in the timeline from where they've been with this series. I don't honestly think there's enough interest in it, or enough for them. Yeah, I just don't think they would do it. I think they do Age of Sigmar. They'll do basically, I would have thought, whatever the flagship products are that Games Workshop are currently pushing, which is obviously, you know, either Age of Sigmar or 40k. TK3 stream is indeed tomorrow. I'll be doing the first 4 hours, and Lady Lionheart will be doing a stream takeover for the remaining 2 hours. She'll be playing Crusader Kings 3 for the first time ever under our wise guidance. That'll be good fun because we hit over £3,000 raised for K9 Partners today, which is great. They are about to relaunch Warhammer Fantasy, yeah. Yeah, that's why it works well with this. So there'll be a good few years of that. If there's new stuff added to other factions, it might tie in with DLC, but obviously once they're done with 3, I can't see them doing anything more within the Warhammer Fantasy Battles series. I would have thought they'll move forward onto other genres within the IP that they've got access to with that with that deal that they've got. Right, Nakai. Hello, pop it. Wintertooth's pretty smashed, but they've refused to finish them off, so let's go finish them off. Well, we will be trespassing through the Empire a little bit, but you know what, we've got 60k because I forgot to actually spend any of it last time. So let's go
What?
throw some money at them.
Greetings from Sigma.
Greetings. The generous gift is 30k. Actually, I'll spend my money first, then I'll come back to them because then it will recalculate it. I don't trespass. Only Oxyotl doesn't trespass. My other lords do. Fallen Gates. Oxyotl. I mean, we don't actually need any other growth things in there right now because we don't have Oxyotl itself, but I'll leave that there. How much longer until one more turn to the capstone's done? So we don't have any money now to give to Franz, but that's okay. I don't know. I tend to be like, some people say, oh, Games Workshop are struggling. From what I understand, they're making record profit after record profit year on year right now. I don't actually think they're struggling. I think it was a thing recently where wasn't their growth or something was higher than Google or something like that in terms of like profit or something like that. Which is just mind-boggling. I mean, were GameShop really... I mean, it says they're struggling before the Creative Assembly deal. Like, I mean... The Creative Assembly deal has definitely brought them plenty of revenue, but I don't think it's, if I'm perfect, I don't think it's the thing that's brought them. I think they've just had a lot of restructuring and a lot of refocusing and obviously launches of other product lines that have led to profitable business for them. I don't necessarily think it's, you know, obviously this deal's been great and I'm sure it has seen a fair bit of growth and a fair bit of money, but I would hazard a guess that it's more just their general business operation and optimizing that and refocusing things that have led to the biggest kind of improvements to revenue flow. I mean, in terms of like, I mean, the main thing that's coming up in chat right now is people saying, oh, they've been asses about animators and stuff and copyright. From a creator's perspective that deals with copyright and stuff like that and kind of has had to obviously be aware of what the rules are, while shutting down fan-made animations that obviously a lot of people really enjoy and really value is hard, and the way they announced it was really poor. They are completely within their right to do so because they own the IP. And it's not to say people aren't allowed necessarily to make fan creations animation, but they're not allowed to profit off someone else's IP unless they've reached a licensing agreement. Like CA couldn't make Warhammer fantasy games until they had made that agreement and that licensing deal. Obviously it sucks the animators that it takes them months at a time to create an animation, and they need that, you know, revenue to keep them going. But that's copyright, you know. They are profiting off someone else's IP, someone else's art, media. If they don't have an agreement in place to allow them to do that, it's not allowed. It was under fair use. Fair use only well, fair use, you can do it if it's transformative. You can like use a clip, but if they're making animation that features any recognizable character from Games Workshop's IP, then it's not fair use. A lot of people really misunderstand fair use and think that you can just tweak a few things. But if you're using a recognizable character, then you're totally you know, up against it if they go, that's our Space Marine right now. You know, even parody doesn't necessarily stop them making parody stuff or stuff that features a Space Marine as such, but it's you can't make money off it. You cannot charge or create a revenue stream from something where you don't hold all the rights to that IP. So if it was just a general Space Marine in the 40k universe, well, that's not allowed. Only have to be 40% different to evade. I mean, that 40%. I mean, that's made up. I'm afraid there's not a set standard. Like they can, if they've got something that's recognizable enough, they can just have it because it's theirs. Right, travel with Oxyotl. Oh, we are gonna. Oh, this is gonna be big. I don't know if we want to do that. How big is the garrison? Oh, it's okay. It's not that big.
I refuse this insolence.
Okay, let's go in. Actually, let's, I think, make this the final battle for today. Let's play out the rest of this turn with everything else that we need to do. Tim, Hypno Toad. Altar of Spawns. We're not being surrounded by Wintertooth at all because they're just down to their last region. So, like, the thing that was not necessarily unfair, but the thing that was, it was an incredibly blunt announcement of how they sort of said, you know, can't infringe on IP, bye-bye, we hit loads of creators. Or animators and things like that. That definitely sucks, and I sympathize with that, especially when people have poured their heart and soul into something. But I'm sorry, it really just comes down to, if you don't own the IP or if you don't have a licensing agreement, you can't expect to be able to earn money from it. And also, even if you're not earning money, if you're putting up extra content with someone else's IP and not fully disclosing it, or again, haven't reached an agreement to create stuff that has someone else's licensed art or recognizable characters in, they are fully within their rights to ask you to take it down. Sounds incredibly harsh, I know, and somebody might be like, oh, you're a Games Workshop shill. I wish I was being paid, you know, to explain the legal way in which copyright and IP protection works, but you know, I'm not. That's just how it works, because I've, you know, in this industry creating content, you have to be aware of what is and isn't allowed. So yeah, I fully get that, you know, people's favorite animators are now perhaps struggling or not able to keep working on stuff because they can't earn money from it anymore. But unless they do their own original IPs or they have agreements in place, unfortunately, not a leg to stand on in the end. There we go, got those guys now. Completed that mission. Let me know while Arn has all those. I wish I had millions. it would make buying a new house much simpler. Really, really would. Free marketing's good, but if it's infringing on your IP, I'm sorry, guys. Just ain't gonna work. Or again, free marketing for a while, but I mean, the main thing that's kicked off is that they've launched their own like Warhammer Plus platform, right? So they want people to watch extra animations and things like that on their own platform. So that's why for years it's kind of flown under the radar as such, but now they're obviously, you know, focusing on it a bit more because they've got their own platform that they want people to be on. Tic-tac-toe. I was going to send you out to that island, wasn't I? You've got to probably stay up here though, because more chaos is going to be coming. Yeah, YouTube copyright is also harsh. I mean, it's only harsh in the fact that copyright is reflective of that, in that it protects the IP holder, which might seem harsh to some people, but obviously as digital media and things like YouTubing and everything else have become more common, you're going to see more of those mediums kind of enforce their IP and their copyright protection more aggressively, which isn't necessarily harsh. It's just them, you know, protecting their content, protecting their stuff that they've spent probably millions on to build up. Close victory, medium. Will we lose anyone? We will not, apparently, but I'm going to fight this one. One last battle. Decisive, yeah, it was just for Karth, no. YouTube, like the way you can claim or some bots can force through isn't ideal, and it occasionally gets even me. Like, I'll have game music that is 100% originally owned and licensed by the game holders, and they've given me permission to use it, monetize from it. It still gets claimed. That's not necessarily copyright being harsh. That's just bots being able to dodge the system, which obviously isn't ideal. But again, how things are, they're all going to come in from here. We do want them all clustered together because we want Croak going in to smash them all. Oh, I've just seen they put Rakarth's out on his dinosaur. Oh, his dinosaur? His Rakarth's out on his Flappy Boy. Let's have you guys up here then. And his dragon. Dragon is the word you're looking for, Lionheart. Okay, let's end that battle. We'll wrap things up here. So if you have been watching this on YouTube, until the next one, hope you've enjoyed. Take care, and ciao for now.